Hey, what's cracking, everybody? On today's video, we're going to take a look at BlackArch Linux, the Slim version. You can see right here, BlackArch Linux Slim ISO. Now, this ISO is 5.5 gigabytes. And this hasn't been updated in a long time. This ISO is actually from 2023. But with my, after playing with calamares for a while, I've come to realize how to fix quite a few things on there. So on this one, obviously calamares is broken also. So you'll get an error with calamares. But in this video, I'm gonna show you how to fix it. So we're gonna go ahead and boot into the ISO and run the installer. But before I even run the installer, I'm just gonna go ahead and apply the fix first and then run the installer, and then we'll do an overview of the system itself. So the password is always going to be BlackArch. All right, and now we're into the system. So right here is the installer on the desktop. Install BlackArch, but we're not going to touch that yet. And you can see right there, last modified May 1st, 2023. So, it hasn't been maintained in a long time, so I don't know why, but yeah, it is what it is, you know what I mean? But anyways, there's an error with the calamares installer that we need to fix before we even try to install it, because it's not going to work right now. All right, so let's go ahead and open up a terminal, and we'll do a sudo thunar, and the password is BlackArch. Okay, now we got the file manager open. We're gonna navigate to etc. calamares, modules, and packages.conf. It's gonna be the same fix that I did for StormOS. So in here, basically we have to change update database to false. All right, now it's set to false. I'm gonna save it, and then I can close this, and close this. I don't think there's anything else I need to change. I think that's it. Fingers crossed. But yeah, it should be that should be it. It's a simple fix. So let's go ahead and run the installer now. Again, the password is BlackArch. And it opens up the calamares installer. All right, so here just follow the screen guides, select your options, whatever options you want to select, and just go from there. And I don't need strong passwords. I'm going to log in automatically, and I'm going to use the same password for the administrator account. You can do whatever you want. Install. All right, and it's installing now. So usually what I do at this point is I pause the video and come back once it's ready to get rebooted into. And typically I would put music at this part, but I just want to show you that this is a system that's broken right now, but it's an easy fix. So that way we could fix it and take a look at the system. Because yesterday I took a look at BlackArch, and it's kind of similar to this. It even uses the repositories that BlackArch uses. And I wanted to show you how the pen testing applications are set up. Well, basically, you can probably see them right here in the menu. See right here where it says BlackArch? If you click on this, it has all the pen testing apps in here. Almost all pen testing systems have something like this. They have a dedicated section in your menu for the pen testing apps. And from right here, these open up a whole separate list of tools that you can use. But anyways, we'll let this finish installing, and then we'll take a look at BlackArch. Nothing's changed since 2023, so basically it's the same. The only problem is that the installer has been broken for about a year now, and this is a good workaround so you can get it installed on your system. But all right, enough babble. Let me go ahead and pause the video now. Okay, and the system has finished installing. You can see right here, we're all done. So I'm just going to click on done, and we're going to reboot into the system and take a look at BlackArch Linux. And we are now booted into our BlackArch Linux. So let me go ahead and fix the screen resolution. Go to my display, set it to 1920 by 1080. Apply and keep the configuration. All right, and there you have it. We are working on BlackArch Linux now, the Arch version of pentesting distros. So yeah, this is the XFCE desktop environment. We have our panel on the bottom. This panel is pretty simple. We have a system tray on the right with the user that opens up a power menu. Then we have our date and time. Clicking on that opens up a calendar. And then we have our alerts. Opening that, you can set it to do not disturb. You can clear your log. And next to that, we have computer. And we have our volume rocker. So scroll wheel turns volume up, scroll wheel turns volume down, and clicking on it gives you a slider. And one of the final things is going to be our internet connection. Then we have our workspaces. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then to the far left on our panel, we have our menu. But before we get into the menu on the desktop, we have some desktop icons. We have trash, file system, and home. Now let's get into this menu right here, because I know that's what most of you want to see. All right, so there's the whisker menu on XFCE. So we have our favorites, recently used, all applications. Then we have settings, accessories, BlackArch, development, graphics, internet, multimedia, and system. Then you have your system settings, your lock screen, and your power menu. And last but not least, you have a search. So let's look for Firefox, and it'll find it. Okay, so basically, this is what some people would call the pen testing distro for Arch Linux. Well, at least it was until it stopped working. I know there are other ISOs have a terminal-based installer. I tried the terminal-based installer also, and that one failed. Then I tried this with the calamares, and this failed. So basically, all of the installations now they fail because they haven't been maintained in so long. So with my new knowledge of calamares, I figured I'll just fix it and get it installed, and I'll show you guys that way. If you want to install BlackArch, you can. So this is the Slim ISO. So before we get into this BlackArch menu, let's open up, I had it right here, Firefox. Let's open up Firefox and let's go to their website so we can look at some of their things. And this is their website right here. Okay, BlackArch Linux. And from right here, there's a lot of information that tells you about their system. You got a lot of screenshots. But like I said, this is all from 2023. It hasn't been updated. Well, even though right here it says BlackArch Linux 2026. I mean, I just downloaded the ISO today, and it's still the same ISO from 2023, and it's still broken on installation. Last week, I tried their terminal-based installer, and that one failed also. But if you go to downloads, I'll show you what I mean. So here it is right here. These are their ISOs that you have available for download. And you can see BlackArch Linux. You have a full ISO. This one is 22 gigabytes. So if you want to try that, I mean, if you have the bandwidth and all that to do it, by all means do it. But you can see right here from the date, it is from 2023. All three of these ISOs are from 2023. All right, and then you have the BlackArch Slim. So this is the ISO that I've downloaded here. Even though it says Slim, look, it's 5.5 gigabytes. but this is the ISO that we are using right now. It is the slim ISO. So this is the, I am going to put a direct link to this in the video description also. That way, if you want to download it, or if you want, you know, but I'll leave this also, this page. So that way, if you want to download either one, you can. All right. And let's see right here. So the default login for all ISOs and OVA is root BlackArch. So root is the user and BlackArch is the password. All right, so now that we got that out of the way, and I did try these scripts on a separate Arch-based system, and I got errors with these scripts also. But as you can see right here, we have it installed, so no need for the scripts. All right, now let's get back into the menu. So in the menu, BlackArch. So basically, this is where all the pen testing tools are stored. So you click on BlackArch, and you see them all right here. And they're all named automation, Bluetooth, cracker, crypto, debugger, defensive, disassembler, fingerprint, forensic, fuzzer, miscellaneous, networking, proxy, recon, reversing, scanner, sniffer, spoof, tunnel, web app, and wireless. And each one of these opens up another category to where all the actual pen testing tools are. So you click on the arrow and you see this is a list of the tools that are under this automation section, and so on and so forth. It's the same for all of them. So you get in here, you find what it is you're looking for and play with it. And all these basically open up in a terminal. So if you have knowledge on this pen testing and you know what to do, then you open up a terminal and then you run the commands that you need to run, you know, to get these to work. I've never even thought about messing with these because I've never had a reason to. I don't even try. But here, I'll give you an example. Let's say we'll do Magic Rescue. We'll click on it. It's going to open up a terminal. And from right here, if you know what Magic Rescue is used for, then you would know what commands to actually use for this. So, you know, basically all of these work in the same manner. So we'll go back here and let's go to defensive. All of these open up in a terminal, and you have to know what commands it is to put in here. But you can see right here we have some errors. So probably a lot of these need to be updated. Again, this is from 2023. So if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And one of the main reasons why I'm also looking at this, because BlackArch, my last BlackArch Linux from a couple of years ago seems to still be getting a lot of views today. And it kind of like blows my mind because it's you know, the ISO hasn't been updated in so long, but yet there's still a lot of interest in it. So I figured, you know, this would help out some folks. All right, so let's get back into BlackArch. Let's see sniffer. We'll try one of these, see what they do. SSL dump. Okay. You don't have permission to perform this capture on that device. Socket operation permitted. Aborted. So you would have to open it up in sudo. But then again, if you're one of these pen testing guys, then I guess you would know that already. Let's see. SH line 1 user bin multi-mac. No such file or directory. I mean, like I said, being since this hasn't been updated since 2023, there's a good chance that all of these are broken, or most of them are broken. This one doesn't seem to be broken. Hash ID. So if you know what to do here, do it and play with it. All right, well, apart from the pen testing tools, as a system, as a standalone Arch XFCE session, it's a great system. Everything works great on here. You know, it feels good. It looks good. What else can you say? Right click menu, everything works right here. Yeah, so, you know, change the backgrounds, put something else that you want. But yeah, everything works out of the box, so no problems whatsoever. We already looked at Firefox. With File Manager, it's going to be thunar. and it is thunar 4.18.6. And of course, the terminal, that's going to be the XFCE4 terminal. Well, at least it's supposed to be, but there's no way to look at the about here. But if we can do a htop, we do have htop. And let me make this bigger. You can see right here the memory. It is using 750 megabytes, and all the load averages are low. Like I said, the only reason why I'm making this video is because BlackArch, my last BlackArch video from a couple of years ago, is still getting a lot of hits today, and it kind of boggles my mind that a broken system gets so many hits. But hey, it is what it is. Anyways, hopefully this helps you. And this fix should work for basically all Arch Linux systems that use calamares that give you that error regarding the package manager. If you get that error, you just go into etc calamares, go into the modules folder, and open up packages.conf and change update_db to false. You got to set it to false. If it's set to true, you have to set it to false. And if your system is also, there's another line on there about updating the system. Set them both to false. That way, it removes that error. And then, but reboot the ISO first, and then set those to false, and then start the installer, and it should fix everything for you. All right, you guys, that's gonna do it for this video. If you're new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. If you liked the video you saw, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, by all means, give it a thumbs down. It's all fair game here on LinuxHub Prime. And I'm out.